we can talk a little bit more. I'll talk a little bit more about their business model and why they might be able to capitalize on what's going on.
Yeah, and so with that, transitioning here, I did this analysis using our Vista property reports, because Chris looked at this data and we talked about Sonic, we talked about what's changing, what could possibly be changing, and I'm like, we do have our Vista property report that we can pretty readily pull data from. And so I showed this in our last webinar. It was actually, we launched it last week, so it is available for everybody to go in and find out quick information about their location using mobile location data. What I did here is for the Sonic location that we decided to look at, I ran two Vista property reports. And one, what I did is I went in and polygoned the Sonic, so you can see that polygon here. And then I click Run Report for the pre-COVID-19 time, so before COVID-19. And what I came back with is a bunch of visitation information on this Sonic location before COVID-19. Now, I also wanted to be able to do this comparison against post during stay-at-home orders and post-stay-at-home orders. So I also ran the same report for the Sonic for post-COVID-19. So what I did here, I know last time I went back and forth between these two windows, and I was reminded by a product manager that I can go in and actually just export the image and put this into a nice deck and be able to do this study pretty readily outside of the Vista property reports. So I did just that. I exported these images and I brought them back into this deck here so we can analyze the differences between before stay-at-home orders and during and after stay-at-home orders. So we looked at a Sonic drive-in in Cajon, Georgia. And what we pulled here are the common evening locations of the devices that we saw in the polygon of that Sonic. So these are customers to that Sonic location. And what we did then is pull their common evening locations. So where does their phone sit mostly during the evening hours, and what does that mean in terms of origin points for that location? And so if we look at pre and post stay-at-home orders, what we have here in the before time period is that it's pretty spread out, but most of the visitors are mostly in this middle part here, pretty close proximity to the Sonic itself. But with the during and after stay-at-home orders, we do still see the spread out, but we actually see more clusters around this Sonic location. And if I look at this as a mobile trade area, so using mobile devices, mobile data to create your trade area, we can see how that has changed that trade area, looking at pre and post stay-at-home orders.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see the capture rate that they're getting off to the east, Evelina, and I think that is partly due to their concept themselves. For folks that are on the phone that aren't familiar with Sonic, they're a very low touch QSR. What I mean by that is they do a lot through the drive-thru, but they're also drive up, kind of that 50s drive up diner style where they don't come out on roller skates, but you press a button, you order the food, and they bring it out to your car, and you can sit in your car and eat it. So it's an extremely low touch concept. They do have some tables in the middle of a lot where you can go and eat as well, but it's extremely low touch. And if I was Sonic, I would be trying to capitalize upon the new social distancing rules, how folks can still come to Sonic, look at, the folks that I've captured and really determine, these are the behaviors and attitudes that are changing. Come to Sonic because we're well aware and already understand what low touch could be doing. And then, and we'll get into it in a second as well, but that trade area expansion is huge as well. It could mean that I could open up another unit where I didn't think I could open one up, right? Without cannibalizing too much. So there's a lot that the mobile data can do for you very simply through the tool that Evelina just said, with when you look at before and after, and especially over the next six months here in Georgia.
Yeah, and in terms of marketing too, marketing to these new customers, making them loyal Sonic customers to this location.
Right, exactly. Excellent point.
Great. So I'm going to throw this one to you, Chris, because
Sure.
I think you put this together or you summed it up really well in terms of what can mobile data do for during the recovery period for these businesses?
Yeah, mobile data is about as real time as we can get, right? And I know there's some lags in our data, but it really will help us understand the changes of consumer preferences and behaviors over the next 6 months, year, 18 months, however long this goes on for. You can really understand through that Sonic example of, how has my customer base changed? How has my trade area changed? How often are people coming? What is really happening with, my competition? Is my competition suffering? Are their trade areas shrinking? Is there an opportunity for me to kind of swoop in and get a customer that I didn't think I could get before? So utilizing not only mobile data, but bringing in, like Evelina mentioned, your marketing team to the equation, and marketing to areas that maybe you didn't do local marketing to before will help you create a larger, more loyal customer base in what we're trying to figure out as the new normal.
Well, Chris, I want to thank you for joining us in this webinar today and giving us the underground knowledge of what's going on in Georgia. Thank you for your time, and
Great.
hopefully I'll see you soon after these stay-at-home orders, right?
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Evelina. Bye-bye.
Thanks.